Vlogger day 367. Haven't I stopped by now? Isn't this over?
Hey there, phone. See if we can pick you back. Up. Yeah.
Good morning. It is Tuesday? What is today? I don't actually. It is Tuesday, and I'm gonna go for a run because it has been far too long since I've gone for a run. I also want to talk today about the last year. I said I was gonna reflect this week, time to start really reflecting, and I figured we kind of touched on it yesterday. Might as well talk about how this year did not line up at all as I expected, especially not as I had originally hoped. And that's okay. At least it has to be okay because I can't change it.
She's right here.
So, this is Mike. Hello. Mike watches the vlog once in a while.
Oh, I saved it.
Good catch.
Oh my god.
So we just did 5.3 miles at a 9:30 pace.
And we're sweating like crazy.
We are sweating a lot, but he runs at like a 5:30 pace, so it's like this is just a walk in the park for him. So yeah, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah,
dude,
great
really
company.
good run. It was awesome. Absolutely, yeah. So you'll see this guy again at some point.
Hope so.
I'm gonna go that way and around. I think it's gonna be about a 10K out of it. So
Okay.
do good.
Good luck.
Go, man.
All right.
Wait. Mike, nice to meet you. You inspired me to run a little bit faster on my way back. I got my time down to about 9:26. Not that impressive, but we ran for just under an hour, over 10K, which is nice. The sun is coming out. Hopefully it stays out for my tour. I have a tour at 3 p.m. today, so. And my watch. Mick, your idea for rebooting the watch worked. The charge lasted all of about 30 minutes. My watch is officially dead. It's the saddest part of my day. I miss my watch. It went from sunny to this madness in all of about, 5 seconds. It smells great. I love the smell of the rain, but I'm not super excited to do a bike tour in this. Just being honest. So I've, stay, camera, stay. I've showered and I sat down and got a few things done, very small things. But they turned into longer things, and then Twitter happened, and now I haven't eaten, and I'm really hungry. We're back to sunshine outside, so now's the time to leave and get food and hurry back before it rains again. But then we're going to go to the Peloton, and get ready for my tour of the day. That's pretty exciting. It was nice to run with Mike today. We were talking a little bit about vlogging as a whole, which was really good because like I said, I want to reflect on this. And today I just kind of want to think about how this year has turned out completely unexpected. Not the best place to put a tripod. I've got an entire scooter between me and you right now. When I started this vlog a year ago, I had a tech company that I was starting, or that we were like a year into it at that point. We were going to be launching, had a book deal on the table, Kickstarter for the 3rd season of Vincent Anson, like lots of really fun stuff, but none of those things came through. So I thought like going forward, one of those things, at least one would come through. And in coming through, I figured like things would get really interesting. But in falling through, I feel like things got even more interesting. I mean, I always assumed that I would move back to Paris at some point. It was on the list of things to do. I always wanted to come back. Just never figured it'd be this soon, and I never thought that I would qualify for that visa. The visa that I got, never figured I'd get it. Storms are coming. It is tempestuous out today. I mean, I didn't know what life would have, and I think that's a big part of the reason that I thought vlogging would be really good, because if I started vlogging every day right before one of these big changes happened in life, right, like it would just be a fun time to document it, And if our business took off, or if my books took off, or something crazy happened, not only would I want to capture it, but then it provides you with a lot to talk about and a lot to share. Similarly, having everything fall through and fall apart on you also gives you a lot to talk about and a lot to share. And it's made it a little bit hard. I mean, there have been times this year where I haven't really shared a lot about the experience, just because sometimes it feels a little bit too difficult or somewhat embarrassing to share from a position of having set out to do something and having failed. But at the same time, it's incredibly valuable, personally especially, and then I'm sure that there's a lot I could talk about. But we'll talk more about future stuff later, like next week. This week is about past stuff. So many people, Christian.
Short line into Notre Dame as well.
I know. It's almost like people don't like getting rained on or something. Nobody's showing up. Are you here for a bike tour? Oh no. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. Nobody's here. This is weird. I guess the rain scared everybody away. Pretty much right off the bat, but that's okay. Just got to get it out of our system right away, and then it'll dry up again. Probably, hopefully. Find out. Might have to get my fancy poncho dress out. Ooh, that's a lot of rain. Literally, I kid you not, as soon as I got this poncho on, it stopped raining. So the poncho is dry, but I'm wet underneath, which means I might stay wet underneath until I take it off. But the instant I take it off, it's gonna start raining again. Like I said, this thing, as soon as I take this off, it's gonna start raining. I put it on, it's dry, it's completely dry. I, on the other hand, am wet. So I need to get this off. About 2 minutes later, it did sprinkle a little bit, but I dared to defy the weather. So far, it's paying off. We will see if that trend holds or not. One of the great things that it's taught me, the perspective that vlogging gives you is super valuable as well, and it's helped me get through this year. It started raining again. Okay, well, it started raining again, and there's an endless stream of cops going through here. Super annoying. Hard to speak over all that noise. I need to put my poncho back on. I'm gonna keep going. Once again, stopped to put on a poncho. Rain pretty much dies immediately after. We do have a little bit, you can probably see it, but most of the water is under my poncho. Most of the water is not on my poncho right now. The sirens have not stopped. I think I'm actually gonna text Christian and figure out what's going on, see if there's anything we should know about. The Louvre is closed on Tuesdays, which is really nice if you just wanna come check it out, take some pictures. There's nobody here. It also helps that it's raining a lot, so people are not outside quite as much. Ooh, I'm getting spattered with mud. I should probably avoid these mud puddles. Ah. It's hailing. Poncho on this time. Thought about that ahead of time. So it turns out that there was actually some idiot that tried to attack a cop with a hammer, and they shot him. And that's what all those sirens were about. So sounds like everything's okay. I guess we'll find out. I'll find out more later. You guys probably already know more than I do. Well, that tour was great. It was a little bit wet. I'm mostly dry now though. Lovely group. And I love the extra adventure of the rain. Obviously the adventure of that guy attacking a cop, not so great, but sounds like nobody died. He tried to attack the cop, cop's okay, and then they shot him but didn't kill him. I was gonna go back, I gotta finish putting my dossier together for tomorrow. Prefecture, so not looking forward to that. But it's just another story component, right? And that's the thing, I think that with all the big barriers, disappointments, pitfalls that I went through this year, what I've really come away from it with, especially the vlogging, and I've said this before, but the most valuable thing that the vlogging does in the end is that it really helps you to appreciate every day for what it has to offer, like the little things. It helps you to see barriers as something to be overcome. So this morning when Mike and I were running, we came up against that same barrier that was locked one time a long time ago. And it's one of those things where it's like, if I wasn't vlogging, there's a really good chance that I would probably see that and get discouraged and be like, maybe I'll turn around. I mean, I've got to go an extra way around this thing. If I want to keep going, it's going to add more to my run. Do I really want to do it? You have these kinds of thoughts that are kind of discouraging in the end. But instead, because I'm making a vlog and it's like, oh, I want to climb over that. Like, that'll make good footage. And so you do, you get over it, you get around it. And I think for me, that's one of the most valuable components, or one of the most valuable sets of lessons that I've had this year, is in seeing barriers and seeing disappointment, seeing all of those negative things through different lights. Like, you know what, this is something I'm gonna get through. This is something I'm gonna get over. And I'm gonna share that story, and that makes it all worthwhile. Barriers become something to be overcome more than they're something to ruin your day. And I think that that's one of the most important aspects of vlogging, and one of the most important things that I've learned is it's just like everything that can go wrong is just another element to your story for the day. As long as it doesn't kill you, at least it makes a story. It might not be a good story, but at least it's part of a story.